If your goal is weight loss and the scale is not moving, it can be very frustrating, especially when you check in and you haven't seen the movement that you hoped, even though it's been a good week. It can be easy to give up and just throw in the towel. But I want to encourage you that this takes time. Focus on the habits, focus on the behaviors, and focus on the choices every day. Those are going to get you to your weight loss goals. But when you don't see the scale moving, there's other areas that you need to check in order to make sure that you are making progress in other ways. If you can see the progress in these areas, then it means that you are moving ahead. You are making the right decisions. You are on the right path. And we're going to talk about what each one of those are in an easy way for you to think about it, assess them, and see if you're making real progress. So let's say you had a really strong week. Great workouts, you kept your food in check, you made some healthy choices, you stacked wins all week long, but the scale stayed the same. The first thing to remember is that water weight fluctuations, plus or minus 4 pounds a day, are completely normal. There's a lot of things that goes into the weight on the scale. But the other things I want you to check in with, the first one is gonna be sleep. Are you sleeping better? If you have better sleep because of the food choices that you're making, the exercise choices that you're making, then you're on the right path. This means things like sleep quality. Are you sleeping more deeply? If you're wearing some kind of wristwatch or wearable when you sleep, is the quality improving? Is the deep REM going up? Because if you're getting those walks in outside, getting natural sunlight, eating nutrient-dense whole real food, you're keeping blood sugars stable throughout the day, and you're fueling your body correctly, you are going to give it what it needs in order to sleep more deeply, wake up feeling more refreshed, and you get this positive momentum of more energy and more recovery throughout your entire week. The next thing to check in with is your mood. Are you feeling positive? Are you feeling overall pretty grateful throughout the day? Now, this is highly subjective, but are you having a good mood throughout the day? Are you able to stay focused? Are you able to stay engaged and present? The reason why this is such a telltale sign is because if we eat too much refined foods or too many sugary foods, we're gonna be on a blood sugar roller coaster. We're gonna eat those sugary or high carb foods, blood sugar goes up, it comes crashing down. We get brain fog up here, we get excited, we can't focus, maybe a little anxious. And then down here when it crashes, we get moody, we get irritable. We're not that fun to deal with. We've all seen the commercial where they have to eat the candy bar to feel better, and it's really a lie. But the reality is that if you are not fueling well, your mood and ability to focus is gonna suffer. So if you're eating quality, whole, nutrient-dense foods, giving the body the nutrients it needs in the right amounts, and getting that exercise in, you're gonna be less stressed, show up more present, and have a more positive mood each and every day. Next thing to check in with is daily energy levels. Nothing affects the way we feel more than food. And if you eat a great meal at lunch, it's gonna leave you feeling energized and well. If you eat the wrong meal at lunch, it is gonna leave you tired. You are going to feel unwell. You are gonna be fatigued and dragging. The idea here is that if you are eating correctly and having a great week, making progress towards a healthier lifestyle, developing the habits you need, then you're gonna have more energy throughout your day. Not only that, but on a science level, if you give your body the nutrients it needs from lots of colorful foods, whole, real foods from the earth, the way they came from the earth, from the soil, you're getting enough protein at those meals, you're gonna be fueling your mitochondria, and those are what gonna generate more energy throughout your body, throughout your cells, and help you live healthy now and generate energy today, but also into the future. Next, you gotta check in with hunger. How are you doing on your hunger levels? Are you eating a meal and then feeling hungry 90 minutes after eating? It's likely something was broken in that previous meal. You didn't balance it out with enough protein. It didn't have enough fiber or green veggies in there. Something was missing in that meal. It was too refined and processed, and it left you with that blood sugar crash, and then you were craving more food. So if your hunger levels are kind of taking care of themselves by default, that's a very good sign that you are fueling well throughout your week and you're on the right path. Now, look, if the goal is weight loss, if the goal is fat loss, want to get shredded, want to lose some body fat, want to improve your body composition, want to just lose the weight finally, a little bit of hunger is okay. Mild hunger. If you know you're fueling well, you experience a little mild hunger, that's a good sign that you're on the right track. Your body's gonna wanna tap into some stored calories if you're in that caloric deficit each day. The body has built up those stored calories in case of survival. So the body says, hey, hold on a second. We built these up for survival. We don't really wanna tap into these, and it's gonna kick up that hunger a little bit. So if you have some mild hunger throughout the day, that's okay. But if you're getting hungry in between meals, that's not a good sign. Things are broken. We need to address that. But if you're getting hunger taking care of itself pretty much by default, then it means you're on a good path towards your weight loss or fat loss journey. Cravings are the next one. How are your cravings doing? If you are having less cravings or fewer cravings than before, then that is a sign that you are making progress. It's a sign you're balancing your meals well. It's a sign that you're resetting some of those dopamine receptors in the brain for crazy sweet foods because you've been eating real whole food, you've been consistent, you haven't been cheating on the diet, and the deal there is that this is going to bring those desires for sweets down, the desires for salty foods down, because you're eating balanced meals that give you the nutrition you need. They shut off hunger in the brain because they're so much more nutrient dense, and you're fueling yourself so much better that you're not having these wild and crazy cravings pop up out of nowhere throughout the day. So you are on the right path if your cravings are dissipating. And if the scale didn't move, the next thing you really need to look at is waistline. How are your clothes fitting around the waist? Are they fitting looser? Are you weight training and eating healthy and the clothes are fitting looser around the waist? It's an excellent sign that you are changing your body composition. You're getting leaner in the waist. You're reducing some visceral fat. You're maybe adding some muscle tissue, so the scale's staying very similar, but you are on the right path if you see the waistline going in. If you're moving the belt notches in, you are on the right path. The next thing we're going to look at is performance in the gym. Are you making some PRs? Are you having new strength gains? Are you able to get through your workout and not feel too fatigued halfway through? Are you adding on reps and sets or doing more laps around the building and you're doing it easier than before? That's a great sign you're fueling well. It's a great sign you are increasing your performance, and it's a good sign that you are experiencing progress. Lastly, you can go with looks. What do you see in the mirror? If you have a progress photo of when you started a month ago and you have a progress photo now, same lighting, same scenario, and you see that you have more definition. Maybe you're getting compliments from people and say, wow, you're looking great. What are you doing? Those are all valid indicators of progress beyond what's just on the scale. I always like to think of these progress photos as like you're wandering through the desert, right? So you've been making all these changes, you've been working out hard, you've been eating well, and you're just like walking through the desert and you're like, I don't know if anything's changing. I don't know if anything's changing because everything kind of looks the same. You see yourself every day. The people around you in your general area see yourself all the time. And you're like, I don't know what's changing. But if you were walking through a desert and everything looked the same, but you zoomed out and you looked down, you'd realize you're 3/4 of the way through. You're almost to your destination. And so that's what those progress photos can do. They're an opportunity to zoom out, see where we were 30, 60, 90 days ago, and look at it now and say, wow, okay, I have a lot more definition. Of course, you can get a DEXA scan, things like that are going to show your exact muscle mass gain or your exact fat loss and bone mineral density. But the idea is that those progress photos can be very helpful, very motivating, and an easy way to get that 30,000 foot view of are you making progress if definition and more muscle is your goal. So look, I get it. It is frustrating when the scale doesn't move, but it is about the choices you're making today, the behaviors you're changing, the habits you're creating, the rituals you're creating, and those are what's going to get you leverage long term to experience results, to punch through any sticking points on the scale, and to mold your body composition into that leaner, more athletic you. And so when you don't see the scale move, it can be very frustrating, but I want to remind you to check in with sleep, mood, energy, cravings, hunger, performance, waistline, and looks. And if you do this, find some wins in each of those areas, then you know you're on the right path, and it's likely just sticking with it is going to help you punch through, and you're going to see what you want to see on the scale or see what you want to experience on that ultimate DEXA scan. I hope this video helped you. Share it with someone that you know would benefit, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one.